Hello everybody. So in this video I want to show you how I do my vinyl wraps for the AR-15 mag and not necessarily the vinyl wrap itself but the AR mag mockup file. So let's get started. Real quick, what I did before I started anything was I took a photo with my high-res camera, my DSLR camera of an actual AR mag. That's what I got here. So I'm going to just jump into it. And if my terminology is off for the tools or anything I use, I apologize. I'm not used to talking to a camera or on video, but I'm getting it. Okay, so first thing I want to do, I'm going to just lock the layer of the actual image so you don't accidentally move it around. Okay, hit my pen tool. I just press the P on the key. Now, what I used to do is I would go in like this and try to get every piece exactly as I go. That's fine. You can do that. I'm going to turn this stroke down. I also forgot to mention that I usually do my stroke at 0.25. All right, let's kick it back on. Okay. So you can go through and do it all as you go. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I find it to be, I don't know, my attention span. But I'm going to stop right there because I want to show you something. Next thing I do is I grab my direct selection tool, select those corners, just pull on your corner guide. That way it kind of gives them a nice round edge. So I'll go ahead and keep going around here. Oh, let me show you real quick before I jump ahead. So what I do personally, I just draw a box like so. I'll just do an entire box around the whole thing. Up here where it kind of curves a little more, you can if you want. Add a little curve to it. It might help you. Okay, there's my path. Now obviously you don't want to use this one because you need these parts here to be covered because you want the illusion that there's an actual skin on that mag. And that's why it's important to have, all these little divots and everything. Now, I didn't want to make a whole video of me doing all that because it's kind of boring. If you know what you're doing, you probably ain't going to want to watch it anyway. So, I've already got one made. Let me just show you here. Okay, so this one's already made, okay, ready to go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and select you. Oh, well, let's unlock that layer. Okay, so you want to select your shape and your picture, and Control C to copy, paste them into a file on Adobe Photoshop, and then we'll go from there. But before I do that, I want to show you something. This is the end result right here. This is what an actual printed skin will look like. Now, see how you got that little cut off there? You need that because when you pop this in your rifle, that's going to be flush with that upper receiver. And right here, this portion here, see how right there? Let me just show you. You compare them. This piece right here down this edge is going to wrap around the side of the mag. That's why you have that excess there. So in your mock-up, you're only working with this shape here. But in actuality, this is the finished mag. You're going to have a little bit here. I think the mag is what, about an inch in width. So that's what you want there. I might be wrong. It might be 3/4, but either way. And when you're done, like if this is actually wrapped on a mag, that's what it would look like. That's how it would sit. See how the bottom there is flush with the bottom of that mag? All right, so let's jump over to Photoshop. Go ahead and hit over here, Control C, and we'll jump to Photoshop, paste it in, and get to work. Okay, so this is my completed path shape around the object that I need here. Let me just show you. Oops, let's go ahead and select it there. Now see how I put my stroke around everything the way I want it. Looks good. I'm happy with it. One thing I will do, see how right here it's really sharp. So I'll go ahead and go into my stroke and change the corners to round. Don't know if that matters as much, but for me, for my own sanity, I think that's okay. All right, that was off just a little bit. So everything looks good, okay? So we're gonna put this in Photoshop, but I wanted to show you what the end result of all this will be. So this is a AR-15 mag template. This will be a vinyl wrap that's going on the mag. Now, one of the reasons, what is that path there? Okay. One of the reasons that well, I wanted to show you this because so this is how it's going to fit on that mag. Okay, that's what I was having trouble with, trying to remember how this piece right here goes. But the way this is going to sit on your mag, this top piece is going to fit flush with the mag well. That's why you have to have this little cutoff here, right here. So when you pop this into the rifle, it's going to actually fit flush right underneath that mag well and that upper receiver. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and select these two. Well, before we do that, let's put the fill back on that shape. Now I'm okay with leaving that to gray. So let's go ahead and select those two. Copy, Control C, go into Photoshop. This was one I did earlier, but I don't want that one. Okay, now paste. Now right here is really important. You want to select layers. You want to separate that mag and that shape from each other. Keep them separate, basically. All right. So there we go. Now, for this project, the proportions aren't as important because this is for display demonstration only. So you don't have to have the proportions where if you were to print this, it would actually fit on the mag. Okay, so next thing I want to do, since I imported this in layer, in the layer selection, I'm gonna go ahead and ungroup these. Now over here in your layers window, you got your path and then you got your image. Okay. Now in your background, I'm gonna go ahead and place. Actually, you know, let's not even place. Let's turn that into a green screen. Okay. So that way you can place whatever you want for a background. So for now, we'll just leave that off. All right. So I want to go ahead and take that path and rasterize it because it's a path layer. Now, next thing you want to do is let's turn right click on that layer, convert that into a smart object. Okay. Next thing I want to do here, get my selection tool, select outside of that object. Now go over here to your layer mask. Hang on, I did that wrong, sorry. Okay, so let's make your layer mask first, okay? Then you want to select outside of it. Now see how I got everything in the surrounding area selected? That's good. So let's go over the steps again. Turn the shape into a smart object, create your layer mask. Now make sure that mask is selected. Select everything out here on the outer edge of the shape. Now let's go to Edit, Fill. I'm going to pick foreground color, which is black. Okay. Deselect. Now you see that how that's showing that shape in that surrounded by black. So when you place your image in your PSB file, it's only going to go into that specific shape. And let me show you. So you want to double click on your little icon here. Now you see that shape there? So let's go to File, Place, and I'm going to select that same one that I showed you in that finished product demonstration, just for that reason. All right, there it is. Now this particular one, I've got just all these. I don't have that image as just a single image. You know, it's kind of in a collage like that. So I'm going to rasterize that layer. Come up here. Let's get rid of all that other stuff. All right, so we're going to select our marquee tool. We want the square, the rectangle one. I'm just going to hit Control. I'm going to hit Control and then CV. Now see how it made the two layers up here? I'm just going to get rid of that main layer. So we just got that, okay? Now I'm sorry if I'm not using the right terminology when I'm doing this. I'm kind of talking and I'm not a very good talker and multitasker at the same time. All right, now see how you got that about where you want it? Now on this mag, you want to remember, oh wait, never mind. On this one, it's okay. Okay. So we want to just make sure everything is filled. Like, see how that's showing some of that shape there? You don't want any of that showing. Now once you got it where you think you want it, now another way to check it is turn down your opacity about halfway. See how I can see now the shape underneath? So I'm going to want that maybe about right there. Okay. Turn your opacity back up. Hit Control S for save. Now see how that's looks like it's wrapped onto that mag? Freaking awesome, right? So another thing I want to do that I could do is I'm going to play around with the layer style. So let's, see, because I see how it's showing those contours from the actual mag. I like that, so I want to keep that. So I usually just go down and try to find one that fits what I'm going for. Now see, that doesn't look very nice. So what I usually do is I copy the layer. So I hit Control J. Now the bottom one, I make that an overlay. And then the top one, that's where I play with it a little more. So let's see which one fits the best. Screen's not bad. You can see a little bit of that contour. Let's try to turn down the opacity a little bit. All right, so I'm satisfied with that. So now when you're selling your vinyl wrap, you can show them a picture of this this mock-up here. You don't have to take the time to print, install, and do all that fun stuff just to have a finished product on display. See, and that looks like an actual wrapped mag. Now, if you have any questions on how I did this, ask me in the comments, because I'm still like the terminology, you know, what are layers called, things like that. I'm not used to talking on a video, so that's new to me. But yeah, I'm real happy with that. So let me show you what I was talking about with the background. Okay, so I turn on that green screen. Now I'm going to go ahead and place another image, and let's say, let's do this one here that's got a bunch of the same type of skulls. Now that looks cool, but that kind of blends into the back of that. You know, I don't like how blended that looks. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. Let's try a different one. And I know just the one. And I just got to find it. Right. Let's try this one. Look at that. Looks really nice. Now that can be an image for your sales listing. Looks great. Looks like an actual mag wrap. Now if you want to go a step further, let's go into the image layer I got here. And we'll just name that mag. Now I'm going to add a drop shadow onto that. Now see how I added that shadow there? And it looks like it's actually sitting on that table. And you can play with these. I mean, let's go a little bit darker and I'll show you. See how that's... You can adjust the angle of the lighting. You know, say you have a light on your left side. It's going to cast a shadow to the right. It's pretty cool stuff. But that's it. That's your demonstration on how I do my mock-ups for my AR-15 mags. Saves a lot of time. That way you don't have to print and wrap each one. But also, I've done this in Photoshop before without using the smart objects and the mock-up method, just placing an image on top of it. And that's okay, but this way you've actually got a completed looking image. Now another thing I wanted to show you really quick, sorry I keep dragging out this video, your PSB file over here, okay? Now we can go ahead and delete that image. Now let's do let's just place another image in there. I'm going to I just need to randomly pick one. Where's that really cool American flag that I got? Right here. It's kind of a grunge style American flag. Alright, let's size that up. Now that's okay, you know, we're covering everything. Hit Control Save. See that? Now with my settings over here, you know how I set that to overlay and that one to screen. To me that looks fine, looks great. Now if you have say a lighter image, those settings might not work. So let's try a different one. Oh, let's do that silver one. I want to show you. Actually, I don't want that rotated. Okay, let's save that one. And that'll work because it's on top of that previous layer. You can delete that other layer if you want, but that'll work because it's on top of it. You see that? That one looks great. I mean, it blends right into the mag. But you know how I started out with the dark gray shape? That makes a difference. I found that if you use a light color, I've used white before and it doesn't turn out as good. But for gray, it works great because that dark gray really matches that mag. And then, yeah, see this gray here. Now once you have what I do is I finish the product first, and then I go over and put the pattern on the mag for demonstration. But looks great, looks like a wrapped mag, and we're ready to go. And that's about it. I'm going to do another full install on the mags, the pistol mag skins and the actual pistol skin, so stay tuned to watch that stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps somebody. When I was trying to learn this, it was kind of hard to find just that right video. Feel free to ask questions. I'll answer them as best I can. And thank you.